I'm with Joyce, one of the co-founders of MassRobotics. Joyce, what are you and your team building here?
So when we started, we were building a innovation center for robotics. Now we're building the world's largest innovation center for robotics. And really we're building the hub, the place that people from around the world want to come and be, because this is where all the innovation in robotics happens.
Yeah, and that mission is in motion for sure. Now, what do you love about building in Boston, Joyce?
I love the community here. The community is filled with innovators, with mentors who want to give back to the community, successful robotics companies and their CEOs come back. It's a very collaborative environment.
Awesome. Now the hardest question, what are some startups that we should be watching, whether it's here at MassRobotics or beyond in the community? What are some of the things you're seeing?
So we are seeing a lot of robotics in the logistics space, in the warehouse space, but recently there's been a big surge in health tech, agriculture, and construction.
Very
So
cool.
we actually have startups in all of those.
Awesome.
So.
This is Joyce from MassRobotics. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm with Brian, the co-founder and CEO of Black Eye Robotics. We have a Black Eye Robotics robot right behind us, which I'm excited for him to show. What are you building, Brian?
So we're building a robot worker that can move around a warehouse and pick up heavy boxes and create a mixed case pallet on another robot in real time. And we should be able to complete a full pallet of about 100 items and get it to a loading dock in about 18 minutes.
Super impressive. Now, what do you love about building startups, and especially building robotics companies here in Boston?
Well, I've done robotics in the Boston area for over 20 years.
Amazing.
And it has an enormous ecosystem, which in MassRobotics here allows us to share information with other companies that aren't in competition with us, but using similar technology. So vision systems become faster adapting. Company over here does suction grippers. We're integrating that technique
Very
here,
cool.
as you see. So it's probably the best place in the world right now to do robots, at least on land.
That's awesome. And last, what are some other startups other than Black Eye Robotics, which we should all be watching, that we should have our eye on?
On the consumer side, I would look at NutriSpin, that makes basically a smoothie in a can without a mess,
cool.
and Luminous Robotics, which is picking up solar voltaic arrays and building solar farms with robots. Those would be the two I would be looking at right now.
Awesome. This is Brian from Black Eye Robotics. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I'm with Xinyu from Mito Robotics. What are you building?
Hi, so we're building an AI-powered intelligent robot for lab automation. And right now we're focusing on cell culture. So cell culture itself is a very manual task. There's a lot of repetitive, a lot of contamination, takes up a lot of scientists' time. And that's why we're building this robot so that scientists can focus more on groundbreaking and discovery works.
Amazing. And what do you love about building in Boston? Obviously, to come here to build a robotics company at the intersection of life sciences, like what are some of those things you love about this ecosystem?
Yeah, you really touched the point that why we stay here, because Boston is really like the heart of both robotics as well as biotech. So we have like some really great, like one of the best institutes in the area. We also have early adopters who really understand why lab automation matters, who really understand the background and why we're doing this. And plus, we have this like great community from MassRobotics. It's really the best resources that we can get from robotics startup points.
Yes. And last, other than your startup, which of course we should all be watching, what are some other startups you have your eye on, whether it's here at MassRobotics or beyond?
Yeah, I guess one of the other company from my cohort, Revimo, they're working on like an autonomous wheelchair. And the reason why I really like their product is because I feel like just for robotics long-term development perspective, or elderly care as well as just like human supports in general in the long term would be like a great direction that robotics can be applied to. And that's why I also felt like Alex's work is really just like worth people's attention to.
Definitely. This is Jin Yang. Thank you so much for joining us. I have Colleen from the MassRobotics team. Colleen, what are you responsible for building here at MassRobotics?
So at MassRobotics, I'm responsible for building the community and the events here. We have a great group of founders, innovators, and I'm responsible for getting them all together, making the different connections.
Now, what does that look like, entering the fall? Are there any sort of big events?
Yeah, we do a lot of events. The summer's a little bit quiet, but our biggest event is coming up September 27th. It's the Robot Block Party.
Very cool.
It's under 2 tents in the Seaport, and it's public facing. There's going to be tons of robots there, a lot of interactions, a lot of interactive exhibits. We're going to do a robot parade. So September 27th, I highly recommend that.
The Robot Parade, September 27th. And what do you love about building here in Boston, building this community?
I love the diversity. I love the talent pool. I love all the different schools, variety of people that are here.
And last, most important, what are some startups you have your eye on? As you see all the startups at MassRobotics come through, what's sort of timely about what's being built here?
Right. Well, it's always tough to pick your favorite child. But I will say, so recently, Luminous Robotics just got awarded a huge contract with the Australian government.
Awesome.
And Clio Robotics announced today that they just announced their new DD1 drone. So those are 2 exciting announcements.
Super cool. Colleen, thank you so much for joining us.